Good morning to you and the viewers. Well, obviously our presence here is part of an ongoing national expansion program, and that the Third Leader, the Deputy National Chairperson, has been making serious efforts with the teams that she's been prepared with. In the weeks leading up to our presence here today, there has been, as you correctly said, communities have raised a number of issues with us, and of course the next thing now is to make sure that there's a follow-through with ensuring that we lobby the necessary government departments, the engagement municipalities, to deal with some of the very prevalent issues. We're looking at issues of unemployment, we're looking at issues of road infrastructure, we're looking at issues of water challenges. And as you know, President Kabesa, in his capacity as the Minister of Culture, is also part of the Water Crisis Committee that is looking at water challenges throughout the country. And these are part of the issues we expect to elevate into government, and I myself, another capacity of transport, is to look at the spending that is being done in the province, whether it's through the MIG allocations or the provincial to make sure that we respond. And that's precisely why we wanted to participate in government, because we believe that we are in touch with the lived realities of the people and must elevate them to the necessary spheres of government. So we are here today to engage with the branch leaders of the province and the volunteers and the activists ahead of a very crucial year, which is the local government elections, to make sure that we build on the gains of 2024 and 2025. We are on a very serious program to make sure that we push the party well beyond its bases to new territories, and we are quite happy at the progress that we are making, particularly in the province of Mpumalanga. And lastly, of course, is the fact that we had Human Rights Day yesterday, and with us is to take a step back and look at where we are as a country insofar as the realization of human rights, particularly because the Bill of Rights in the Constitution is as a result of the IFP during the constitutional drafting processes. So we are quite keenly, focused on ensuring the realization of human rights. And lastly, is that we remain fundamentally concerned, particularly in provinces such as Mpumalanga, which are border provinces to other countries, about the high levels of foreign illegal migration that we see, and the consolidation of closing the borders is a priority. And one of the reasons why that is because all of a sudden people are just undermining our sovereignty. It doesn't make sense that you have the audacity you see in the Eastern Cape of Nigerians declaring a kingdom, which is and appointing a king. And our outlook is that those people must be deported. They have undermined the constitution, they are undermining the sovereignty of our country. And for so long as we allow these things to take place, South Africans are not going to be able to achieve their own human rights, because we've got all sorts of reckless behavior by people who are here illegally, and then because we are soft on these things and they undermine us. So we believe that the people that have those Nigerians should be deported back to Nigeria, and they can declare their kingdom there.
But also just speak to us about, we have seen in the last elections where a number of the youth didn't come to vote, didn't go out to vote. How are you guys encouraging, especially young people, to actually start getting into politics and going out there to vote? We've seen the decline in the number of people that go out to vote. Are you also going to be encouraging these people that are here to actually go out to vote? Because we know now the NEC has also opened the registration weekend on the in.
Absolutely. So part of what we're trying to correct with the South African political system is the trust deficit between the politics and the people, and that is what is driving people not to vote. So we are very much firmly rooted on the ground to drive a grassroots activation and mobilization on the ground. One, voter registration is a very key focus area for us, and the Youth Brigade NEC has already completed drafting its mobilization plan for the year, and it is with the election committee, and so you will be seeing a very heightened level of youth mobilization and women mobilization, and that we'll be doing, running parallel of course to ordinary, campaigning. We will be very much running door-to-door campaigns. We will be meet and greet community meetings as opposed to mega rallies, because we want to be conversational as opposed to just addressing the people, so that we can be able to respond better to their issues. And of course, we are at the tail end of finalizing our comprehensive manifesto for the 2026 local government elections, building on our manifesto of 21 and 24, and also building a track record manifesto, because we believe where we govern, we have delivered, and we deliver successfully. And so we want to transplant those successes into other areas where we are wanting to actually govern. We are buoyed by the by-election results. We've just come out of a very difficult week this week, but because of the high levels of contestation, but the IFP performance of the 6 by-elections that were contested, the IFP won 3, and that is good consolidation for us, and we believe that our campaign is on track. So 2026, the IFP is election focused.
Thank you.
Thank you.